WMUR should be live in about 9 minutes. Chu Chi says I live a couple of exits away. Oh my God, I just looked up Nashua patch and there's a whole article and WMUR News is reporting. Yeah. I think we have one confirmed dead. I'm still waiting for details on motive and what happened, and that's going to happen with New Hampshire's Attorney General shortly. Good evening, Kim. Evening, Chu Chi, Irina. I don't know what's playing on the screen. It should be WMUR, but now we got freaking nonsense happening. They should be live soon. Now, so they stopped their live stream. I'll keep playing that until we go live. You guys are gonna hear some music. I'm tired, but I wanted to hear what police have to say, and it's obviously semi-important if the Attorney General is joining them, or just a dog and pony show. I don't know, but enjoy the music. How far away do you live from the actual country club, Chuchi? This is not confirmed and complete speculative, but it comes from a photojournalist from New Hampshire that was on the scene who said a witness said it's two things. Eyewitness says that someone smashed the shooter over the head with a chair. Hello again, Tree. Hi, Sam. You're welcome. Someone hit the shooter over the head with a chair. And there's another report from a photojournalist. It says a witness said that the shooter screamed "Free Palestine," but I want to be careful and why I'm tuned in. Typically, I wouldn't retune in after going live, but I want to know the details and the motive now. Not confirmed. That's from a photojournalist from New Hampshire that left that on the patch there. Yeah, well, we'll wait to hear that from law enforcement. Another report says that the suspect had no known ties to this wedding celebration. So, again, why we're tuning in and waiting for this news conference should be within about the next 5 minutes.
Cold weather is coming. It's time for a free energy audit to get...
Yeah, when I put that out on X, Kim is dubious. I am as well. Again, I included the source. I think it was Jeff Hastings, if I remember correctly, a photojournalist from New Hampshire that reported that. Not confirmed at all. We're going to wait until police and law enforcement and Attorney General give us an update here.
Where you been? Running from things that you know. Just trying to find where to live, but it's not bringing you home. As if hope was a pill or a bottle or a phone that could hold me and heal all my sorrow, but still nothing upholds me and frees my tomorrow like you. Ooh. With you I see the morning always comes. With you I hear the story told by love. You never leave a diamond in the rough. This passage wasn't like the sun, 'cause morning always comes.
Kim says, I don't believe that at all. Several eyewitnesses accounts of no one has said that. I gathered he's a citizen who claims to be a photojournalist who posts the patch. He has no other credentials. Chuchi says I got notification from WMUR. Hold on, it's about a crash. Yeah, we heard if it's a crash across from Old Navy, we heard that on the scanner. Good evening, Cindy. In fact, we heard the crash come through on the scanner, and the first EMS person, so they couldn't deal with it because they were dealing with a shooting, and then someone else took the call. Looking for WMUR live, WCVB, one or the other. This live? No, it's not live. It has a live. I hate it when they put the live thingy up there and it's not truly live. It was live. Hi, Tracy. We are awaiting an update from law enforcement, from both law enforcement and the Attorney General. Should be happening around now-ish. I'm browsing on the back end to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Irina is posting something here. Let me go check that out. Update with photos. Thank you. Try to add that here. So these are photos from the scene being shared on the Facebook. Irina, still don't know the motive, right? 1 minute should be coming in any second. As we know from these press conferences, they're not always timely. Okay, thank you for the photos. Let's see if we have anything coming in yet from WMUR. I don't see anything. Yeah, nothing yet. Tell you what we do know, what unfolded prior to this was report of originally 2 gunmen. We now know that there was only 1. They've been detained. It's unfolded at Sky Meadow Country Club in Nashua, New Hampshire. Multiple agencies responded alongside them, including Merrimack and Manchester. It was reported that 1 victim was shot in the face. I believe that's the victim that has passed away. But again, we're waiting for validation from law enforcement. Over the police scanner, at least 9 ambulances were requested. It was then reported that 6 people or so were transported to the hospital with non-gunshot wound injuries. So we're assuming a stampede occurred here. WMUR is live on their website, so I'll tune in there in just a moment. Hitting the live now button, Kim. Thanks. 9 ambulances. It then was reported that the suspect was smashed over the head with a chair and then fled. We don't know if that's true, but that was being reported by a local journalist there. We're getting there. And we're now getting an update from investigators. So let me turn off the music. Where the hell the music is. There you are. Okay. We have to watch the ad, apparently. Okay. Okie dokie. Go full screen. You're welcome, Chuchi. Yeah, I see, but they're getting ready to go live, so that's better than where we were. I got my scanner still going off, sorry. They should be live any second here. I'm also looking for, I hate the websites. I like YouTube. It's just cleaner to get into OBS, but I'm just getting this on their live feed, so. Checking WCVB as well. Channel 5 Boston should be carrying this. They've been covering it as well. But no live feed yet, so. There was, as I said earlier, after the report came through that the suspect was hit over the head with a chair, there's also a report from a photojournalist out of New Hampshire, left a comment on the patch or an article on the patch saying that one witness said that the shooter said "Free Palestine" before opening fire. We don't know if that's true. And with the current climate in the country, we will wait and get all the facts from law enforcement. These things always change, especially what comes through on the emergency scanner and eyewitnesses versus what's relayed by law enforcement. So wait for that. They're still not live, right, Kim? I just want to make sure that I'm on their website, but this is the thing. They don't have like a little, like YouTube, when you click on live, it turns red, but it looks like they are live. We're just waiting for a feed from them. Typical and understood. This is not something law enforcement was expecting tonight on a Saturday. Neither were we. They were still pulling in, detectives were still pulling in to the country club about a half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago. So, yep, that's what I'm seeing, Kim, too. So when they go live, we will see that. Until then, I'm going to put some music on and shut up for a second.
Like a part of me don't know what home is anymore. And all these lines keep me frozen in time, while the ones I love keep moving down the line. Sometimes I wanna be on my own, but I don't wanna die alone. If it weren't for your love, then I'd be gone by the morning. Ooh, hold on, honey. Ooh, someday's gonna be one day soon. They promised home.
Whenever new
But I've heard all that before, and all the blood I pour won't be your free ride back to shore. I've been thinking
WCVB is showing the same. I mean, it's the same blue screen, so they're both getting ready to go live. They're both just displaying their logo, but it should be any moment.
If it weren't for your love, then I'd be gone by the morning.
While we are waiting to this delightful music, if you could take a second to leave your DNA on that like button, it would be appreciated. If you're not subscribing, please consider doing so. It's appreciated as well. And as soon as we get a live feed, music will stop and we'll hear from police and Assistant Attorney General Peter Hinkley. I was saying it was the Attorney General, but it's the Assistant Attorney General.
Hold on, honey.
It's appreciated. Thank you, Chuchi. Tracy is listing off the Miami Florida game 26-7. Was not watching that. I was watching OP live, become part of our Friday and Saturday tradition. Yeah, me too. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I went to bed at like 1:30. Auburn went to bed at around the same time, which is unusual, and then paid the price for it later tonight, the meltdown. And then after the meltdown, she peacefully just fell asleep on her own on the couch. We had a couple cool days in Florida, and then today it was hotter. And with that, Gabrielle is about to be a hurricane off in the Atlantic. So saw that breaking before I came on. I don't think that even if it turns into a hurricane, that it's going to hit Florida. I think it's supposed to wrap around like the last one, but we'll see. Yeah, unfortunately, the first part is true. Gabrielle is about to become a named hurricane. 88 in Ohio today. Yeah, it was around the same here in Florida. Not as humid, but still hot. Where is this Assistant Attorney General and the police? We're now 10 minutes past, but Cindy Fisher says they're in a drought over in Ohio. No rain in weeks. Sorry. Hope you get rain maybe tomorrow for our Sunday service. We can do a rain dance for Cindy. Yeah, so Tropical Storm Gabrielle expected to become the second Atlantic hurricane of the season. And that was as of 5 p.m. on Saturday. Winds of 65 miles per hour, about 580 miles per hour southeast of Bermuda. They said there was about 580 miles per hour. Miles? How do they know? I think NPR has a typo there. Should be about 580 miles southeast of Bermuda, not miles per hour. But Gabrielle is expected to eventually have maximum sustained winds of up to 105 miles per hour, which would make it a Category 2. It's forecast to pass east of Bermuda Sunday night or Monday. Bermudas aren't expected to get a direct hit from the storm, but could see swells. It's supposed to do this wraparound thing, so I don't think that we are concerned about that. Good evening, Ryan. Ryan saying 4 news outlet shut feed around same time. One state up showed calm victims shuffle from bus to hotel, then same victims leaving hotel to ambulance. Botched false flag. I don't know. We've heard multiple things. We've heard about suspect getting smashed over the head with a chair. And then one photojournalist from New Hampshire said the suspect yelled "Free Palestine" before opening fire, which is why we're patiently sitting here waiting for an actual official report from police. It sounded like it was a mass casualty event, but not due to gunshot wounds. We know or think that somebody was shot, but the rest of the injuries appear to be stampede related, if I had to guess. They said that 6 people were transported to the hospital and they didn't have gunshot wounds, so I'm just taking a guess here. We originally were told there was 2 suspects. There's only one. That one is now detained. Just trying to figure out what in the Halle Berry is going on here. Ryan, thanks for stopping by. Irina, I'm going to give you the number of the person that came up last night on the live stream to talk, the last person, so you can let them know. I will be unavailable to be going through the woods, the wetlands with ticks and mosquitoes and bugs to search for someone that we have no idea that there's any data even leading to these woods. I figured you could drop the news to her. On my behalf, I will shoot you the number. Just let her know. I'm busy. I got a dentist appointment tomorrow. You could tell her. And then I'm heading up to Minneapolis to help my friend and colleague run his business, ABC Roofing, I think it's called. I'm happy to throw on some waiters, but not based on a fucking whim and a hunch. There's no chance in hell. Like, if you give me some data that leans on Kayla going in there, I'm just not walking through the woods, because that's the part that I oppose, Tracy. And it blows my mind. Like, if you had sightings, you gotta go back to the video. We gotta break it up. Eva's already started breaking it apart, like all the conflicting statements. Like, we had food and we didn't have food. I went in to make food, and then police said it was a crime scene. Here we go.
Breaking news tonight, one person is dead and multiple others hurt after a shooting at Sky Meadow Country Club in Nashua. The suspect now in custody.
WMUR News 9 Tonight starts right now.
We are following breaking news tonight in Nashua, where one man is dead after a shooting at Sky Meadow Country Club. Several others are hurt. Investigators say a man went into Sky Meadow Country Club and fired several shots this evening just before 8 o'clock. The Attorney General's office also confirming the suspected shooter was detained on scene by Nashua police and that there is no threat to the community tonight. Earlier reports had indicated there were 2 shooting suspects. That is incorrect. Again, one person in custody. Clearly very chaotic for many hours at Sky Meadow Country Club. More than 100 people were there tonight at the time of this shooting. Now, law enforcement from more than a dozen communities from not just New Hampshire, but Massachusetts as well, responding to this scene at Sky Meadow Country Club tonight, which is just off of Spitbrook Road in Nashua. A shelter-in-place order for that area that was previously in effect has been lifted at this point. Police are asking if you have any loved ones at Sky Meadow to head to the unification site. That is going to be at the Sheraton Hotel just a mile down the road on Tara Boulevard. Thanks for joining us here after the game. I'm Marissa Tansina.
And I'm Jennifer Vaughn. We're still learning exactly what has happened tonight at Sky Meadow Country Club. As we've said, a very chaotic scene for hours now. One person confirmed dead, and Marissa, one person in custody.
At this point, we are awaiting a press conference that's coming from the...
Okay, I'm going to mute them until we get the presser and put the music back on. All the details that they're already giving, we've already given, we know, and limit audio so I don't get copyright stricken. We'll keep the video feed up, which will give us an indication of when the Assistant Attorney General and police come on for their press conference. It's a little weird because I would understand them using the word detained maybe 2 hours ago. But we're now past that point, and they're still using detained and not the word arrested. The two are very different. And they didn't say a suspect has been charged or a suspect has been arrested. They only say a suspect has been detained. I'm curious to hear the details here on what unfolded. Pate, I don't know. It's a good question. Let me call her.
Hi, I can't take your call right now, but leave me a message and I'll call you back.
We went right to voicemail. Well, I just called her. We just got shot right to voicemail. Well, now I'm reading. I can't be reading when I'm back, like, trying to find stuff and the phone number and dialing. But sorry, I didn't know she has a migraine. Well, I don't think I disturbed her because it went right to voicemail, as you heard. I think she has phone on Do Not Disturb. Power lunches. The guy got hit with the chair, so he's probably not fully aware and can't be arrested. Oh, here we go.
Take any questions, knowing that this is an active and ongoing investigation at this point, so the amount of information we can share is fairly limited.
Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, at this point, again, it is an active and ongoing investigation. We issued a news release in which an adult male entered the golf course area, and there was a shooting. An adult male died. Additional people were injured, and it's currently being investigated at this point.
Is this some sort of a hate crime, or what do you believe?
So there's a lot of details that we need to figure out, and we need to know that information before we can share it, and that's one of the details that we're trying to learn.
Well, we heard that he yelled out, "The kids are okay," and "Free Palestine." So what is that?
Yeah, well, we're dealing with the facts and the information that we gather, and once we get that facts and information and have an actual motive that we can share, we'll certainly do that. But right now we get to deal with the facts and the information. For example, there was some information that there were two shooters. That turned out to be erroneous. We can definitively say that there is only one shooter.
Was this a targeted shooting?
Again, that's facts and information that we're trying to develop right now.
How many victims?
One adult male is deceased. There are multiple shooting victims. Again, we're trying to iron out that particular detail. Some of the shooting victims went to local fire departments, so that's why we're not sure of that detail just yet. How many people were injured in addition to the deceased male?
Is it okay to think that
those victims are okay if they're at the fire department rather than the hospital?
It's too early to say at this point what exactly the condition of the non-deceased people are.
Why were they not taken to a hospital?
Again, some people went by themselves to local fire departments.
Can you tell us if the shooting was at the wedding or the restaurant?
Again, that information is still being developed, and as soon as we can share that without interfering with the integrity of the investigation, we certainly will do that. I think there was.
Injuries? Are they all gunshot wounds, or are they experiencing other types of injuries?
There were some gunshot wounds. There may be some non-gunshot wounds. Again, that's one of the details that we're still trying to figure out as part of the investigation that Nashua is actively pursuing.
Where was the suspect arrested, and how long after the shooting was he laying in wait? Had he taken off from the scene?
Yeah, so no suspect has been arrested. A person of interest has been detained pending warrants at this point in time, but there has been no arrests. But we have identified all the people involved in the situation, and there is no threat to the general public at this point in time.
I guess, so is the person of interest, where were they located in relation to?
Again, that's information that we're developing, and we can share that. When we can share that, we certainly will.
Do we know the type of weapon that the suspect or person of interest had?
No, other than a firearm, no. And we also don't know if there are additional weapons involved.
Do we know if the suspected shooter was connected to the wedding or the restaurant in any way?
Yeah, again, that's one of the things that we're certainly trying to find out and trying to develop, and once we can share that, we certainly will.
Chief, I guess when you have a weapon involved, can you just talk about this was a public event, there was a wedding going on, people enjoying a night in Nashua. Can you just step to the microphone and just talk about, all of this happening, and a night people are supposed to feel safe and have an enjoyable night?
Yeah, it's an unfortunate circumstance.
So I think one additional thing that we needed to know is that any family members are looking for family members. I think the point of meeting place is here at the Sheridan.
It's very
in Nashua.
unfortunate.
So if
incident,
anybody
that's
is
all I
looking for
said.
any family members who might have been at any of the events at the golf course, to come here and they can be assisted.
Do we know how many people were at the wedding?
Don't.
A witness said that people there at the venue tackled the shooter and took the gun away from him. Can you confirm that, or can you talk about that if you have any info?
I can't talk about that now. Again, it's still active and ongoing. The Nashua Police are doing a great job gathering evidence, finding witnesses, talking to witnesses, but this incident is only a few hours old. There are multiple witnesses that need to be talked to, multiple videos that need to be obtained and then looked at. So once we get a fuller understanding of what happened, including possible motive, we certainly will share that when we can do so. And again, I think it's too early to talk about what some people might have thought happened and focus on facts and evidence, which we're still gathering.
Do you have video of this incident, and how helpful was the surveillance video in determining that there weren't two shooters?
So in many cases there's videos, and I think this case would be no different. As to the extent of video, again, that's something that's still being developed in terms of not only video from the scene, but video from surrounding areas that could shed light on how people got there.
He does,
and other
right.
type of information.
There's a vehicle at the fire department that has yellow tape around it. Is that connected to the suspect? Is that where he left the vehicle and went into the venue?
Yeah, frankly, I don't know that information, so I can't provide any insight on that.
What the fuck?
Anything else?
It's
Is
a
there
fearful
anything?
situation for many people out there this evening with the lockdown that was in place. Just any words to kind of quell some of those fears, maybe for people out there who are worried or concerned?
Well, so I work with homicides, and every homicide is a concerning situation. But at this point in time, Nashua has done a great job at identifying all the relevant parties and making sure that at this point in time there's no further threat to the public. So that's what we stated in the press release, and we feel confident repeating right now. Again, there was an erroneous statement. There were two shooters. It's believed there's only one shooter, and we have a person of interest who has been detained, and there is no threat to the general public. So we stated those with assurance in the news release, and we can repeat those today and right now.
Is the mayor? The mayor? Just ask you, Mayor, just
Mayor looks like he don't
a fixture in this community
even know
for
where
decades, and
he
what's
is.
your reaction tonight to what's transpired and gone on, and your feelings about
Well, for any community like ours, this is a big tragedy that there would be such an incident. We are lucky that we have the Nashua Police Department, and I'm confident that they will get to the bottom of this and will bring the appropriate people to justice.
These people don't think things like this happen on a Saturday night in a public area in Nashua, New Hampshire.
That's right. I mean, I've heard from other mayors in other places, of course, it happens in Dayton and all these other places, but, and it always crossed my mind, well, it's unlikely ever to happen in Nashua, but now it has. And I think the message is for every community out there that no matter how unlikely it seems, it can happen where you live.
And even just though there was loss of life of one person, you had a wedding going on next door, all the people in there, this could have been in this day and age of mass shootings, this could have been markedly different.
And I don't know the extent of the number of people who were injured or shot.
How is this guy the fucking mayor?
One person is too much. And it sounds like there were more, so hopefully it's as few as possible.
It's a difficult situation for so many. How are you feeling this evening?
Sad, and thinking about the families that were affected. And it's just, for us, sad that it happened in our community.
And Chief, can you just talk about the swift action of your department? I know you train on these sorts of incidents, but can you step to the microphone and just explain how quickly your officers were able to diffuse the rumors, find the person of interest, and calm things down?
Sure, they worked together. We trained together.
They worked together. Okay.
It was a quick response. One going into a dangerous situation like that, but we trained that way. The teamwork, the officers, what they did was remarkable.
Are there any federal agencies involved in the service at all?
Yes, we had to call in, obviously, an event like that was reported. We called in mutual aid from several towns and some federal agencies.
Was there a call for an active shooter? What type of call do you get when you have something that's happening in such a public place?
To be honest with you, I don't know exactly how it came in. Like, shots fired, active. I don't know.
What?
Chief, were officers already at the scene, present?
Again, I don't know that. I got here as quick as I can, and the information.
Like, I got here as quick as I can, which was about 3 minutes
coming
ago.
From different angles and stuff like that, and you're trying to weed out what's real, like the Attorney General said. So.
Let's talk about the cooperation, interstate cooperation.
This guy.
New Hampshire.
I can't believe this place was burglarized.
Some people show up in the
He has not a fucking clue what's going on.
Yes, we have great partnerships with Massachusetts as a stone throw away. I'm getting calls from the chiefs and other departments that want to come and assist. So, we talk about brotherhood, and they're there when it really gets tough. So we had multiple agencies coming and responding right away. Phone call away to Colonel of State Police, Sheriff Newcomb, and they were here pretty quickly.
Chief, there were several people we talked to that left there.
Yeah, this could have been an email.
Their cars there and walked down to, and ultimately came here. Give them an idea of when they might be able to retrieve their things.
Yeah, it's still active, and we're still up there working. I can't give a time limit on that. I'd like to. I know everybody would like to get their property or their cars back, but it also is an active investigation. So we're not going to disturb the crime scene.
Again, this still is an active and ongoing investigation. We expect there'll be further developments, but in terms of further news releases, I expect that those will be once the deceased person's family has been notified and an autopsy has been conducted. We typically put out a news release. That'll probably be tomorrow. And if and when there's an arrest, there'll also be a news release on that. To emphasize, again, that person of interest has been detained. There has been no arrests at this point in time.
It's fucking crazy.
Thank you, everyone.
Crazy talk.
Can you tell us your name again?
Yeah, it's Peter Hinkley, H-I-N.
He's the Assistant Attorney General, Peter Hinkley. So I guess we get a little spoiled here in Florida with if this was Chitwood. Should would have had the person up on live TV parading him around. Yeah, we got a guy. Our pip's right here. Smack him around on TV, and then, but not so here. They haven't even arrested the individual that they believe is responsible for this. So there's that. I'm going to turn off their volume, the news, real quick. It does seem like the first question was, is this a hate crime? So they're asking the question that we're all wondering, which Kim didn't believe to be true. But it's leaning that way, right? Apparently the suspect, well, the reporter asked two questions. It's from an eyewitness that says the suspect went in, first said something to the effect of the kids are okay. I don't know if that was confirmation. Yeah, still don't know. We know it's a question, though, from the reporter. So if it's a question from the reporter, people are talking about it locally. The kids are okay or something to that effect, and then free Palestine and an open fire. AG and police not answering really any questions, didn't even get a victim count. We know that one person is deceased this evening. We know that other people were hit by bullets. Some were not. Some checked into fire stations by themselves and they don't have a general fucking clue what's going on, or at least can't convey that to the public at this time. So, power lunching. I think Sheriff Grady would have been all over this. Shit would, yeah. Florida is built different, I guess. We get information and body cam footage and court records and live court feeds, and forget that being from Connecticut, the way they operate over there, we're not going to get much information, which is kind of odd for a state that the motto is live free or die. I feel like information should be included in that, but okay. Is the fire station walking distance? That's a good question, Tracy. And it's a question we'll dive into perhaps tomorrow. I'm tired and really disappointed that it's all the information we got. Someone local to the scene, maybe Chuchi could comment if they know. They're asking if the fire department was walking distance to this country club. Not sure if anyone local can answer quickly without me pulling up Google Earth. That's it. Anything I missed? I think we got everything the first time. I don't think we got anything new here. Joe Neighbor, the subscription is appreciated. Fire station, not that far. Yes, you can. So they're saying that the fire station is close enough to walk. Power lunch, good night. Thank you for stopping by, guys. I know it's late. Make sure you guys leave your DNA on that like button if you don't mind. Thank you for the new subs. And if you haven't subbed, consider doing so. It's appreciated. Everyone be kind to each other. We will see you tomorrow at 2:00. Have a good evening. And thank you to the mods for getting timely information over. Tracy, Kim, Cindy, Irina, Chuchi, Power Lunch, Ryan, Mags, Lucy, Kate Displaced, KMC, Aaron. I missed you. I'm sorry. I'm not scrolling up that far, but